Hello there, Aquarius. Thank you for stopping by for your weekly tarot forecast for the week of May 18th through the 24th. I am using my Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg once again. And so let's just get started, Aquarius. What we have for you on Monday is we have the Devil card in reverse. Okay, so I'm hearing a few things. I'm hearing temptation. I'm hearing falling off the wagon. This is going to be a day when it's going to be really important for those of you who are fighting with addictions. If whatever backup plans you have in place to support yourself to keep you from falling off the wagon, you want to have those in place. You know, if you're trying to not drink, you want to be carrying that green tea with you all day Monday. Sip on that stuff. Eliminate some of those cravings. Do whatever it takes. I don't really know so much about backup plans for the rest of addictions out there. I just happen to have been closely associated with several people who were alcoholics in my life. So I happen to know that little tip. But whatever your backup plan is, make sure that you have it handy and that you're using it on Monday, because if you don't, the energies that are coming in are ones that are going to put you in a situation where it's going to be really easy for you to just say, forget this, and just kind of go back to the way things used to be. And, you know, we all know, for those of you who are working on giving up addictions, you know, you don't want to do that. That kind of defeats the whole purpose of all the work that you've put into getting as far as you have. So Monday's a day to definitely be very proactive about making sure that you're able to stay up with what you want. Now, Aquarius, on Tuesday, what you have is you have the Five of Cups in reverse. Five of Cups in reverse, feeling like a lot of disappointment coming in on Tuesday. This disappointment, for those of you who don't change the card on Monday, if you're not very careful to stay on the wagon, I feel like for a lot of you that do fall off the wagon, this is going to be disappointment in yourself that I'm seeing coming in on Tuesday, and really just that whole pity party that comes afterwards. It's even worse than a pity party. For most people I know, they just kind of beat themselves up for, you know, for going into that place where they know they didn't want to be falling off the wagon like that. But when you look at this card right side up, what you see is this guy he's holding on to this one cup. Now all the other cups of emotions have just kind of been poured out, so he's been feeling really emotional about this whole situation. But he's got this one cup of sustenance that he's still holding on to, and no, that's not a chalice of alcohol. I know some of you are thinking it, I hear it, even though the video isn't released. Stop that. Okay? So they're holding on to this one cup. This one cup is their own self-dignity, the self-confidence, the knowing that, okay, I can get up and I can do this again. Maybe I fell down, but it's just one battle. I'm going to get up and do this again and make the next attempt. So I think it's really significant to me that I'm being drawn to the idea that he's grabbing onto that one cup and he's trying again. He's getting back up and going again. So that's what I see on Tuesday. I see on Tuesday, for those of you who didn't make it in as far as didn't keep yourself from falling off the wagon, for Tuesday I see you getting back up, picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, and just working at it again. So good for you. Good for you. Now, obviously, this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to every single person, okay? And it looks like we're coming into people in some very specific situations. So for those of you that this doesn't apply to, I apologize, but apparently these people need to hear this more than whatever's going on in your life that you might need to hear about. So I follow where spirit leads, and so this is where we're leading. So this is just what it is, guys. You have to kind of take it with a grain of salt because it is a general reading. If you want a private reading to know about your situations, you know, then you have to book that so that I can look at your particular energies and not just the energies for all the Aquariuses out there. Okay, so the next card that we have coming up is for Wednesday. What we have is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is telling me that you're in a situation on Wednesday, Aquarius, where you're feeling very much... This is talking about feelings towards other people, and you're finding somebody who you feel very amorous towards, somebody that you would really... you want to present to them, and you want to put your best foot forward, and you want to win them over as an ally or as a partner for you. And this is in more of a romantic sense. than any other sense is what I'm feeling like for you Aquariuses. Now this is, for some of you, this is going to come in as more of a friendship type thing that you're trying to win over, but for a lot of you this feels like something more amorous to me. Now then, on Thursday, what we have showing up is we have a Four of Coins in reverse. And the Four of Coins in reverse means to me that on Thursday there's something coming up that you're going to be spending some money on that you had set back. So this is money that you had saved or you had stashed away that you're spending on Thursday. And for some of you, you're going to be spending this money on exactly what you had been setting it back for or saving it away for. But for others of you, this is going to come in as some kind of unexpected expense or unexpected bill, and you're just going to be going, well, thank goodness I was saving a little bit of something for this other thing because at least I can cover this now. But either way, I see you having the money to cover it or having the means to at least make some kind of payment arrangements or what have you, so it's not like things are just crashing in around you, but I do see you pulling money out of savings on Thursday, Aquarius. Now Friday, the next thing we have coming up is another four. This is the Four of Swords, and it's a Four of Swords that's also in reverse. Four of Swords in reverse is telling me that on Friday there's going to be some kind of change of location for you. Typically this is not so much about like an out-of-town trip, although it could be, but typically I don't feel like it's a trip as much as I feel like maybe it's working in a different location than you were working before. If you're a contractor, you can be have finished up an old job and now you're moving on to the next job. But this can also be like if you normally work from home, now you're working from the office. If you normally work from the office, now you're working from home. This can be taking your child and dropping your child off at a different place instead of the normal daycare. This can be all kinds of different things, but it's just talking about a different location. Maybe the place that you normally go to for lunch is shut down for remodeling, and so you have to go somewhere else for lunch. Change of location, some kind of change of location coming in for you Aquarius is on Friday. Now Saturday, what I have showing up for you is the Hermit. The Hermit card is really a nice card, I think. And the Hermit card really talks about taking some time for yourself, really looking inside yourself, being kind of an introvert, and sort of learning about what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what triggers you, why. Why does those things make you happy, sad, or triggered? And what the thing about the Hermit card, what I like to see about this situation is as you learn these things about yourself, what happens is when you go out and you start interacting with other people again, you start to realize that, wow, they look like they have some of the same patterns that I do. They're kind of going through the same thing that I am. And it's kind of an interesting thing because you start to understand other people better than you did just by taking the time to understand yourself better. And so I like to call this my pre-reading card. And the reason I call it the pre-reading card is once you understand yourself really well, then when you notice those patterns coming up in other people, maybe they say certain things or they have certain body language in certain situations, and you kind of recognize that in yourself, and then you go, oh, I know what they're thinking. I know that they're responding negatively to this and they don't really want to say so because they feel bad, or whatever the case may be. And so I call it the pre-reading card because you understand more about these other people, and you're understanding really from clues that are not actually from spirit. They're from some very visible clues, but they don't know that they're sending those clues off to you. And so as you're picking up on these clues and you're understanding what's going on with them, they can very easily mistake that for you're reading them. They don't know it's not the same as what I do all the time. But so that's why I call that the pre-reading card. It's like it gives the illusion of someone being able to read, but really it's not actually reading. It's just picking up on those cues that are out there for the whole world to see. So anyway, the Hermit card, I really like it. I think it's a great place to be because it's always good to understand more about yourself, and it feeds up into such other good benefits as to understanding about the people around you and being able to kind of see where they're coming from before they even get there, sometimes before they even see where they're coming from. So it's a really great card. It's a great experience and it has wonderful benefits. So Saturday, nice quiet day. You're probably going to be alone or in some quiet and calm situation where you just have a lot of time to be introspective. Now, Sunday, this card really goes well with the Hermit card. Sunday you got the Strength card. The Strength card has a lot to do with being comfortable in your own skin. So to me it makes a lot of sense that it shows up right after the Hermit card, because you just spent, Saturday, you spent some time Saturday getting to know yourself and understand what makes you tick. Now on Sunday you're feeling very comfortable with yourself. It's like, oh, I get it. This is why I got so upset. All right, well, that makes sense. I'm not just a terrible monster of a person with a bad temper. There was something going on there. So it really talks about being comfortable with yourself, understanding where you're coming from, and really appreciating who you are and being able to appreciate your strengths. In our society, a lot of times we're really modeled, how to focus in on those things that are not our strengths. And so we kind of overlook our good parts. I mean, some people can't even take a compliment. They don't know how to. They'll just totally ignore it, or they'll walk away or whatever. And the strength card really talks about understanding that yes, we have a shadow side, we have this part of us that is not perfect, but we also have a good side too, and we're not all terrible, and there are some things that are really worthwhile about ourselves to appreciate. So that's a really fabulous card to get too. So Aquarius, that is your week. For those of you who would like to schedule a private session with me, feel free to check out my website. I'd like you to make sure I'm the best reader for you first. My website is amista.info, amista.info. Once you're there and you've poked around a little bit, if you still feel like I'm the best reader for you to work with, go ahead and contact me and we'll schedule a session for you as quickly as possible. And for everybody else, I'll see you here next week. Everyone have a great week. Peace out.